Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're getting into something you might have seen, maybe even felt, gatekeeping in hobby communities.
Right, those niche subcultures. It's basically when established members kind of police who belongs and who doesn't,
Ah.
often using these, well, arbitrary standards.
Yeah, could be hard stuff like actual paywalls or just that soft feeling of, not being welcome.
And you often hear about the grognard archetype here.
Ah, the grognard. Where does that term actually come from?
It's interesting. It goes back to Napoleon's old guard, his veterans. Then wargamers picked it up in the 70s.
Okay.
It means those longtime hobbyists, deep knowledge, often prefer the older, maybe more complex ways. They can be amazing resources, truly.
But also maybe resistant to change. The gatekeepers.
Sometimes, yeah. That's the stereotype anyway.
So today's mission for you listening is to unpack this, understand the psychology, the sociology behind it, look at the good, the bad.
How it looks different in, say, RC flying versus tabletop gaming.
Exactly. And also touch on the pushback, the move towards more inclusivity. It's kind of your shortcut to understanding these hidden dynamics of passion. So why does this happen? What's the human driver here?
Well, a huge part of it is identity. For lots of people, a hobby isn't just casual fun. It's what researchers call a serious leisure pursuit. It gets wrapped up in who you are.
So like an RC pilot isn't just someone who flies RC planes.
They are a pilot. A TTRPG player is a gamer. So if the hobby feels threatened, it feels like, like they are being attacked personally.
That makes sense. And that ties into belonging, right? The whole in-group versus out-group thing.
Precisely. You get self-esteem from your group, your community, leads to in-group favoritism, and sometimes, sadly, out-group derogation.
Like calling newcomers kooks in surfing or casuals in gaming.
Exactly. Those kinds of labels, it reinforces who's in.
And this in-group status seems linked to what's called subcultural capital, that specialized knowledge or skill.
Yeah, that's a great way to put it. It's the currency of that subculture. Knowing all the obscure TTRPG lore, or for skateboarders, maybe the physical dues, you've paid the scrapes, the falls.
Or building an RC model from a complex kit instead of buying one ready to run.
Right. It confers status, authenticity, and gatekeeping, from their perspective, is defending that earned capital.
Is there also a fear involved? Like fear of the mainstream?
Oh, absolutely. A big anxiety is that popularity means watering down the complexity, or cynical commercialization trend hoppers who don't really get it.
They see it as corrupting the soul of the hobby.
That's the fear.
Okay, so it sounds complex. People do argue there are some upsides, right? Maintaining standards, maybe safety, and things like drone flying.
You hear those arguments, yeah. Preserving the culture, defending against exploitation. But honestly, the consensus among people who study this, and increasingly within the communities themselves, is that the harms heavily outweigh any perceived benefits. It leads to stagnation. Hobbies become like museums.
And toxicity, exclusion.
Definitely. We've seen historical examples of women or people of color being pushed out. It just alienates people who could become passionate members. It shrinks the community.
So we need to draw a line then between, say, community curation, like removing someone genuinely disruptive or unsafe.
Which is necessary for any healthy group.
And toxic gatekeeping, excluding people based on, I don't know, what gear they have or how much trivia they know or just who they are.
That's the crucial distinction. And you see that toxic kind play out differently everywhere.
Like in the RC hobby.
Yeah, it's often technical snobbery, FPV pilots looking down on people flying camera drones, calling them just operators, or old-timers scoffing at ready-to-run models.
And TTRPGs. Tabletop role-playing games.
Oh, that's often about rules. Fierce edition wars, arguments over obscure rules like facts from old D&D.
Oh god, fast.
Right. Or telling people they're playing wrong, even saying solo play isn't real role-playing.
Wow, and skateboarding, I hear that's intense.
Very much about authenticity, paying your dues physically, policing posers. You even hear some older figures calling it a much-needed evil to keep the culture pure.
Yikes. But things are changing, aren't they? People are pushing back.
They really are. There's a definite cultural shift. You see communities just calling out toxic behavior more often. Online movements, even fun ones like Hot Girls Don't Gatekeep, just sharing info openly.
And organized efforts, too.
Yeah. Groups like Skate Like a Girl or Honey Skate Club making space for women. Conventions like the RPG Alliance Convention focusing on diversity, equity, and inclusion. RC clubs offering buddy box training.
Or an expert can take over if a newbie gets into trouble.
Exactly. And beginner forums online, like on RC groups, it's becoming much more welcoming in pockets.
Plus, influencers and companies are involved now, too. People like RC Girl, Haley Carter, just showing their learning process makes it seem less intimidating.
And manufacturers making easier to use stuff. It's kind of a mixed social change and market expansion driving inclusivity.
So what's the takeaway for the future of these passions?
I think it's about shifting roles. Veterans need to see themselves less as guards at the gate and more as ambassadors, mentors.
Using that deep knowledge to encourage, not exclude.
Exactly. And for you, if you're new to something, try not to let the negative voices get you down. Find the welcoming groups, the good online resources. They are out there.
Because the real measure of a hobby's health, the true legacy, it isn't how exclusive it is.
No, it's the passion it manages to inspire and, crucially, pass on. That's what keeps it alive.